Hi everyone and welcome to this introduction video. Zotero is an open source program that hosts the Content Strategy online library. This means that with Zotero you'll be able to find and use literature about content strategy that our colleagues found, and you can also contribute your own and share it with others. This way we save ourselves time searching for the same things over and over again, plus we might get to know literature we would otherwise have overlooked. Zotero is used by the students and teachers in COS, so it's the place where everyone meets. The first step is to install all of the programs and plugins you're going to need when working with Zotero. Go to the official Zotero website and click on Download. Then first download the standalone version of the program. I'm currently working with Windows for this example, but you can also use it on Mac or Linux. Download the setup into your browser and then run it from there and follow the setup instructions. You're also going to need a Zotero connector for your browser. Here they recommend Mozilla, but they also have connectors for other browsers. So install this as an add-on to your browser, and this will enable you to save references as you go and browse in the internet. There are several other plugins you can browse and choose from. One that's particularly interesting for us is a text editor plugin, which enables you to work with Zotero when writing in Microsoft Word, LibreOffice, or something similar. It should be automatically installed when you install standalone, so you can check this by running your text editor, for example Microsoft Word, and another tab should appear that says Zotero with a couple of buttons that enable you to add and edit your citations, add a bibliography, and set up the preferences. You can also install it manually by following the instructions for a manual installation on their website. To create a new Zotero account, choose Login on their official website and then register for a free account. If it's possible, please use the same email you've used for Slack for your registration. The Content Strategy Graz group library is closed to the public, so we will need to send you an invitation to join it, and we'll need to know which email address to use. So if you choose a different address that you did for Slack, please let us know which one we should send our invitation to. Once you've done your registration and you have an account, open the Zotero standalone, choose Edit, and then open the preferences. Choose the Sync tab and then you can type in the username and the password. Leave the Sync automatically box ticked so that your account will always synchronize between the standalone version and the group library and your personal library, so that everything you'll see will be up to date. To add references to Zotero, you have several options. You can add them through your web browser, search for an article or a book reference, like books on Amazon for example, and then save it in Zotero using the browser connector. You can click on this little symbol in the right corner and use the Zotero connector to choose the folder you want to save it to. Then you return to Zotero standalone and check the entry that you've just saved. You can see on your right hand side all the metadata that's been automatically saved by the browser connector. So you just have to check it, and if something important is missing, you will have to add it manually. It's very important that you fill out as much metadata as you can, because when you export a bibliography or a citation, Zotero will only be able to display the data that you filled out. If the publication you want to add to the library isn't available online, you can also add references manually. First choose the collection where you want to work, and then click on this little green plus and choose a category, like for example, is it a book, is it a journal article, or something like this. Then an empty reference will be created for you, and you will be able to manually add all the metadata. If you have an existing PDF of a book or an article, you can also upload it to Zotero. Click the green plus again and choose Store Copy of a File. You can then browse, find your PDF, and upload it to Zotero. It will try to find the metadata for it, and sometimes it might be successful and you will get the complete reference with all the metadata. Sometimes it won't, like in this case. If this doesn't happen, you just have to manually create a parent item and then fill out the metadata manually again. After you saved your reference in the right collection and have filled out the metadata, you can also add tags to it or use tags that have been already used in the group library, for example. You will always see the tags that have been used already in this little corner on your left hand side. All the ebooks that are available in full text from the FHU Neom library are tagged as COS ebook, and all the required literature from the syllabus of each course is tagged as course material. When you write any of your project works, blog posts for your portfolio, or posts for the Open Educational Resources website, you can use Zotero to cite the literature or create a bibliography. You go to Preferences and choose a style for your citations. We always use the American Psychological Association 6th edition, so this is the default citation style. You can export a bibliography or a citation directly from Zotero to any text editor, for example. In order to do that, you simply choose the items that you want to cite. Like, I'll just have random entries. And then you make a right click and create a bibliography from items. You see the style is already chosen. Paste it, and then a complete bibliography with all the metadata and links is provided for you. You can also use the drag and drop function. You can just drag the entries, open the word, drop, and it will basically do the same thing. If you want to do citations, just click on the same thing, choose Citations, go back to the text editor, and paste again. And you see this is citing several literature works at the same time. If you want to cite just one, choose one reference and use the copy and paste. Since there are plugins for text editors available, we can also work with that. In Microsoft Word, for example, just open the Zotero tab, choose the place in your text when you want to add a citation, and then click on Add Edit Citation. So you basically get a similar window. You have a style you can choose your language, and then make sure that this box is ticked so that all citations will be automatically updated. If you change a reference in Zotero, you can just click refresh and it will also change it in your work. And then once you do this, you get this search window. So, I don't know, let's say we are citing Kisane. And then it browses through your whole library and the group libraries that you have here, and it offers the work that you're trying to find. So then you just click on it. You have a standard ABA 6th edition citation format. If you want to add something, click on it, add a page or another detail of it, and then once you're done, just click enter. And it will create a citation in the text where you want it. And when this happens, you make many citations in your text, and once you're done, you can put the cursor towards the end and click on Add Bibliography. and then it will take all the citations that you've used, automatically create a bibliography out of all of those references. So basically, if you work with Word and cite as you're writing, in the end you will only have to click once on this little button and the whole bibliography will be done automatically. You will receive an email invitation to join the Content Strategy Graz group to your Slack email address or any other address you provide to us. Once you accept the invitation, a group library will appear in your Zotero standalone on your left-hand side after synchronizing. Please note that it might take a while for all data to transfer. References are divided by module or subject, so you have all the modules listed here with numbers, and then subfolders for each subject in the course. When you add references to the group, please pay attention that you copy them into the right folder. If you're unsure, at least choose the right module and leave it there. Everything you add or delete from the group library also affects everyone else in the group, so please be very careful before deleting anything others might still find useful. Also make sure that you have synchronized the library with the server if you want to make sure your changes have been saved and shared with other members of the group. So this has been a quick introduction, and if you have any other questions or face any problems, you can always contact us on Slack or check the documentation section on the official Zotero website.